This video is brought to you by Loot Crate. Head today to lootcrate.com/reviewtechusa and enter the code RTU to save 10% on any subscription plan. Skip it up and that up. So apparently, people want the upcoming game by Bungie, Destiny, on the Wii U. For those of you who don't know what Destiny is, it's like an open world RPG-esque first-person shooter. It's being developed by the same people that made Halo for the Xbox 360, so on and so forth. I'm up in the air if I'm excited for this game or not, because the gameplay just kind of, it looks good, it's pretty. I didn't try the alpha they had for the PS4, to be honest with you. I heard some good feedback from that, but then I heard other people, like reviewers and journalists that played it, and they said it was boring. We'll have to wait and see. The gameplay, from what I've seen, isn't exciting me, but I could be totally wrong about that. That's judging a book by its cover, I will admit that. But anyway, there is a petition up on change.org, and it's actually been up for a while. It's been up since this time last year, July 8th, 2013, asking Bungie to bring Destiny to the Wii U. This is what the petition has to say. To Bungie, release the upcoming title Destiny on the Wii U. The more people that are able to hopper on this shared world shooter, the better. Come on. My body is ready. Sincerely, I guess whoever signs the petition. Could I just say a side note here? The my body is ready thing needs to go away. It was funny when Reggie first said it. It was a cool meme, but it has been beaten to death 5 times over. But that's just a pet peeve of mine. I mean, dog is, the D-O-G-E dog, is less annoying than that. But moving on. So, I'm looking at this petition. This is why I wanted to talk about this. And, look, it has, as of right now, it has 2,230 signers of the petition or supporters. The petition is closed, which is kind of strange, too. But, there's 2,230 supporters of this, and here's my thing. And this is to Nintendo, and I'm going to piss people off with this, but why is it that fans of Nintendo and Wii U supporters have to put up petitions like this? Why isn't Nintendo, with their very deep pockets, doing petitions like this? Why are they not going to Activision saying, hey, we should have this game on our console? Now, I know I'm going to hear, and I know I've beaten this to death, but even if a little guy like this, like, maybe could spark the brain, or if this gets spread around, it's worth it. This is what I'm talking about. Nintendo, obviously, granted, there's only 2,200 signatures here, but people want to play these kind of games on your console. That whole fictitious stigma and stereotype that, oh, people don't play third-party games on Nintendo consoles needs to go away, because honestly, that's Nintendo's fault. They did not cater, or they did not open up their platforms to third-party developers properly. Let's go back in history. Let's think about that. I mean, during the 8-bit and 16-bit days, because Nintendo was pretty much top dog, Sega gave them a run for their money during the Super Nintendo days, but they still ended up coming out on top towards the end. Developers had to deal with their bullshit. So during the NES days and Super Nintendo days, especially the NES days, because they had some really shady contracts that third-party developers had to sign, they dealt with them. Third-party developers dealt with them. Look at what happened with the N64. Nintendo had to go against the grain and use cartridges. They thought that, oh, we're Nintendo, the third-party devs will still make games for us. And the third-party devs said, screw you. We're going over to Sony and everywhere else. It was because of Nintendo. And then let's talk, hold on. Let me go back stay on topic here. Let's go to the GameCube. Everyone says, well, Rich, look at the GameCube. That was how Nintendo really tried to keep up with their competitors and get third-party developers on board. They come out with 1 gigabyte small discs. They don't use DVD format like the other developers, so there's much less memory, which means even though it's an optical format with the GameCube, they still had to compress the games to squeeze them on those discs. They didn't embrace online like Sony and Microsoft did, especially Microsoft. And again, their system was in one totally different direction, and Sony and Microsoft were in another direction. Now, everyone gets it. That's what I like about Nintendo, but I'm not saying for Nintendo to change what they do internally. I'm saying for them to make their platforms more open. So again, I say this over and over again. Maybe I'm frustrated because there's this group of people that watch my videos that don't understand. I don't want Nintendo to take any focus away from their first-party exclusives. I just want it to open up so they could open up their platform and embrace third-party developers so you could still have those awesome first-party games like Mario Kart 8 and have games like Destiny. Like I just said earlier in this video, Nintendo has the wallets to put money and go down to Activision and Bungie and say, hey, we want this game on our console. And I know people are going to say, oh, Rich, it wouldn't sell that well. You know what? Even if it didn't, okay? If Nintendo kept doing this and other big third-party games come to the Wii U and Nintendo keeps on, and yes, they'll take a loss in the beginning, but if people keep seeing, okay, wow, big games like Destiny and so on and so forth are coming to the Wii U, they keep on coming, and Grand Theft Auto 5, let's use that as another example, is coming to the Wii U. And on top of it, they have the first-party games. I know I've said this before, guys, but even if the games in the beginning don't sell well, if people start to realize and see, wow, all those great third-party games seem to keep coming to the Wii U as well. Maybe I will finally jump on board and buy a Wii U because I'll be able to get all the games I really want to get. There shouldn't have to be, that's my point. Nintendo should be dealing with this. There shouldn't be a little petition on change.org begging for a game to come to the Wii U. Nintendo, with the money they have, should be going to Destiny, should be going to Take-Two, etc., should be going to Capcom, so on and so forth, going to EA and saying, hey, get your damn games on our platform. And even if they break even or lose a little money, in the long run, it will help them out because people will see they'll have this whole ginormous, varied buffet of software titles, first and third party, that they could get on Nintendo's platform. And in the short term, it may hurt them financially, but if Nintendo stuck to it and they kept on embracing third-party developers, eventually the consumer would open up their eyes and realize Nintendo's the place to go to get everything, and a few years from now, 2 or 3 years from now, Nintendo would reap the benefits of it. I would love to see Nintendo do that because they would succeed. It definitely would work. I know people are going to disagree with me, but if you could think about it, if you could have one system that has all the games that you want from multiple developers, first party and third party, wouldn't you want to buy that system? Exactly. Alright folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.